You're listening to Greater Good Radio Hawaii. Please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. Today's guest is Dr. Rob Robinson. He is an MBA professor at the University of Hawaii. He also obtained his PhD from Stanford University, taught at the Harvard School of Business and MIT's Sloan School of Management. He's an expert in the area of negotiations, venture capital, and high-tech startups. In 2000, he co-authored the book titled Angel Investing, Matching Startup Funds with Startup Companies. He also is a Barry and Virginia Weinman Distinguished Professor of Entrepreneurship and E-Business at the University of Hawaii. In 2002, he founded the UH Angels, a Hawaii-based angel investor network which mentors and invests in startup firms.
When an entrepreneur is thinking about starting a business or they're looking for resources, how can the university's PACE program help them out?
Well, I think there's a number of ways in which we can help. I mean, we have, for example, in summers past, we didn't do it this summer, but in summers past, we've done what we call an entrepreneurs boot camp, where we basically is
that with Guy Kawasaki?
No, it's not with Guy. Though he obviously is a well-known figure who has a boot camp as well. This is actually a multi-week program over the summer on Saturdays. 5 or 6 Saturdays where we intensively give the students hopefully the tools they need and the perspectives that they have been lacking up until now.
Can you give examples of what those tools might be?
Well, it might be everything from developing your business plan further, or even developing a business plan for the first time. Sometimes these entrepreneurs, are good business people, but they haven't really applied the discipline of developing a business plan.
Are they seminars or breakout sessions, or how does it work?
Well, the boot camp has been run as a seminar with different speakers, and so typically I would go in and do a session on venture capital and funding and alternative sources of funding and so on. Somebody else might do a session on bookkeeping, doing the accounts right. Somebody else might do a session on developing a good business plan. Somebody else would do one on marketing, developing a marketing strategy, and so on. But that's just one example of the kinds of things that we've done to help entrepreneurs.
Is it a lot of hand-holding during those seminars, or is it just basic, this is your information, do what you want with it?
Well, it varies a lot. I think some people come in, saying they need a lot of help, and other people come in as established entrepreneurs saying that they're looking to sort of fine-tune their skills and make sure that they're not missing anything. And, we try and accommodate, all kinds.
Can you give us a success story from the boot camp? Maybe someone who got a business plan started and now is running a successful business?
Well, actually, the way we've structured it up until now is that everybody who came to the boot camp was, in fact, already running a business. And so they were entrepreneurs. And, they have reported back that they found it very useful. We tend to have very, very low dropout rates over the 6 weeks that, people keep coming, and have said that it's been very, very helpful to them. For people who want to start businesses, and haven't started them yet, I think some of the other things we do, like the business plan competition, is a very, useful place to begin, as well as, areas like UH Angels, where they can get initial funding and so on.
Okay. Let's talk about that a little bit then. Mm-hmm. UH Angels, what are they? How do they work? The basic gist.
Could you tell us first what an angel investor does? Okay. Some of our listeners might not be familiar with that.
Sure. Angel investing is it's a term of art, you could say today. So, but it's a very old phenomenon. Angel investors are simply people who invest their own money in other people's businesses. And that is in distinction to venture capitalists, who we may talk about in a little while, who essentially invest other people's money. So it's really a question of if you give $1,000 to your buddy to start a plan out of a college, you're an angel investor. And of course, angel investors range from that level to people who invest hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. And if you go back and look at the history of American commerce, people like Henry Ford, Alexander Graham Bell, and various Thomas Edison all received angel funding from people who decided that these folks looked like they were good bets and helped contribute to their new enterprises. Now, what an angel network is an organized group of these folks who get together regularly and review business opportunities. And it's a phenomenon that's grown a lot in the last 10 years. It's part of what I call the democratization of angel investing. In the old days, I think angel investing was really restricted to the very wealthy. But what's happened in the U.S. is that so much disposable wealth has been created in the last 25 years that people have the ability, middle-class people have the ability to contribute to startups as part of their overall investment portfolio. And so angel networks have sprung up all over the places. I mean, these are generally high net worth individuals. The criterion for belonging to UH Angels, for example, requires that the individuals be so-called accredited investors, which means that they have to either have a net worth in excess of $1 million or have earned over $200,000 each of the previous 2 years. So you're talking about, relatively wealthy individuals, but you're not talking about the super rich. So those are the people who make up the UH Angels network.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.